Ooh, yeah. All right, we're gonna do it. We're talking about Halo. By now, almost anyone that considers themselves a gamer has probably heard about the somewhat controversial issues in regards to the latest Halo installment. The majority of the outrage stems from the fundamentals of the customization, progression, and the somewhat self-destructive approach that 343 took to the whole thing. All of these points we'll cover more in depth later on in the video, and I will deliver my perspective on the outrage and etc. And look, I know that this dead horse at this point has basically been beaten to a pulp, but fuck, man, they fucked it up. So for just some background, I really like Halo. Even right now with Halo Infinite, I have about 65 hours in the game, hundreds of hours in MCC. That doesn't even include the hours in the original releases of those titles. And honestly, I played a lot of Halo 5. I'm also the proud owner of the Halo 4 Legendary Edition. And yeah, I don't regret it. So you're talking to a real Halo guy over here. Anyway, the point is I like this franchise. One might say I love this franchise. So all of this video and any other coverage that I might do later on regarding the franchise as a total comes from a place of a fan. And there's no, malicious intent behind any of it. I just want Halo to be good. Now, just briefly, like many others have discussed all over the internet, let's talk about some good things with the game. The thing that the game got right. For starters, this is exactly what a modern Halo should feel like. Spartan movement has always been a touchy subject, to say the least, in the Halo community. And thank fucking God, though, they put sprint in this game. Now, personally for me, I loved Halo 5's Spartan abilities. I found that the movement system created a really high skill ceiling and really showed the difference between players that knew what they were doing and didn't. And it also placed Halo in this niche of the FPS market, of a movement shooter, which honestly, that community and that genre has kind of been falling apart since Titanfall 2 stopped getting worked on. And like apparently that's like taken over by hackers or something now. I don't fucking know. Someone's got a YouTube video on it. But even I, a fan of Halo 5 and its, movement systems, might admit they might have gone a little too far for a mainline Halo game. But for Halo to return to its spot in the spotlight, it needed to evolve. And I personally think 343 did a great job at dialing in the perfect amount of movement and freedom of movement, keeping it modern with the trends that are in modern FPSs today, while still keeping that core Halo arena feeling that the original trilogy had. Along with this, the new engine and the proper introduction of the Banished from Halo Wars 2, 343 finally understands the art style that belongs with a modern Halo. And personally, I'm here for it because this was not it. But this, Daddy likes. The game looks great. The core 30-second gameplay loop, the fundamentals of what you're doing every 30 seconds feels fantastic. Of course, there's a few issues here and there, but, that's a topic for another time. And then we move on to the sandbox. This Halo sandbox is so fucking promising, dude. 343 went back to the drawing board and basically rewrote everything, which a lot of people kind of are upset about. But at the same time, once you really start diving into the systems and the way it's all balanced, you can really see that it's the most well-rounded Halo that we've had in a long time. And of course, there's a lot of people bitching online about how the pulse carbine sucks or whatever. But there is a space for that gun and all the weapons that they've introduced into the sandbox. Except for the Ravager. That thing sucks and they need to fix it because it was good in the flight and now it's bad, and I wish it worked because I pick it up and I go, ooh, and it's nice to make fire on the ground, but why can't I kill anyone with it? Anyway, sandbox is good. It's sick. They're gonna add more shit later on too because of the live service thing. So all in all, those fundamentals are rock solid. And thank God they are, because these are the elements of a game that are a lot harder to fix after the game releases than the issues that are going on with it right now. Okay, so if like this is the metaphorical dead horse, we're just gonna like preemptively like, you know, fucking uppercut it now and get that out of the way. Let's give it a few whacks here. Just stupid horse. I'm wanting you on a stupid horse, I love that. So to get started, they lied. Roll the clip.
The body of customization content that we have on day one ensures that there will be millions of customization combinations for Spartans on the battlefield. So we're coming at this from a player-first mentality. All of these rewards are single source, so you're never going to be confused about where things come from.
A lot of our stuff is unlocked through playing the game and only through playing the game.
Okay, so I know technically they said day one, right? And, you know, Daddy343 decided to just slap it all on the table and release the game like, what, 3 weeks fucking early. So, you know, we'll give them some leniency there. And they put on the little beta tag, so we know it's not the final product. So all of that being said, it's an even bigger reason for us to make sure that our voices are heard right now. Because the sooner they see these issues, the sooner they'll be fixed. And boy, are there issues. So just quickly, the main complaints from the community and myself are the following: progression, lackluster customization, shop pricing, playlist locking, lack of content, and etc. There's more to dive into, but those are the main things we'll be discussing in this video. Now, I'm not going to be spending too much time on each of these topics, but let's just quickly get the required bitching about it out of the way. Here's an example of a experience with this current system. Wow, this Spartans look so good. I can't wait to equip my armor colors on it. Okay, armor coatings, that's fine, whatever. There's gotta be white in here, right? Why the fuck can't I find white? Oh, but it says here on this weekly challenge, at least there's this off-white cream thing going on. That looks pretty cool. I'll just go for that. So I just need to complete all my weekly challenges. Let me just check here and get 5 kills with the Wraith Plasma Launcher. Wait, there's Wraiths even in this game? Okay, maybe that one I shouldn't focus on right now. How about win 5 matches of Slayer? That's pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna go pop into the Slayer playlist and... Oh. There's no dedicated Slayer playlist? Okay, well at least they added a dedicated Slayer Fiesta playlist, right? Right? Oh, the Slayer challenge doesn't work in the Fiesta Slayer. It's just, they're technically different. Okay, that's fine. Whatever, fuck that. I'm sure the Battle Pass has something that, you know, I'll enjoy. Some sort of white color, or just something different. Let's see. Armor coatings. There's blue. There's another blue. There's another blue. Level 99 is fucking gray. It's the same gray that we already have? Fuck this. I don't even care. I'm gonna go to the shop. I'm gonna buy the color I want, and then I won't have to buy anything else, okay? It's done. I'll get it out of the way. Fucking $20 for white? Fuck it, dude. I don't even care anymore. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over to my armor customization. The armor I've been unlocking in the battle pass. I love the look of the Halo Reach shit. Just gonna equip this color, and colors are fucking locked to armor kits. They're fucking locked. You can spend $20 on white and not be able to use it. And of course, all the fucking weekly challenges are for the default armor that you barely get any fucking shit on in the battle pass, or even as a free player in the free battle pass. So you're just getting all these cool colors that you can't even use on the armor that you're grinding out and trying to unlock with this shitty system because it takes so long to progress. And it's really infuriating that I keep getting all these fucking cool colors that I'd love to use, but on my Mark 7 armor core, it looks like the default armor still, because there's no fucking unlocks for it unless I want to spend fucking $50 on the shit that I want. So that's just like a you know, a typical Halo player experience in 2021. Fucking colors, dude. We fucking thought Halo 5 was bad. Jesus fuck. That of course doesn't cover some of the other features that the game's missing, like, you know, almost all the social features, the fact that custom games don't work, the whole aim assist thing, like, you know, whatever. That's a topic for another time. Like, why the fuck can't I party up with people that I play with? But I digress. My main confusion with all this is, what's the point? So bear with me on this really annoying explanation for my thought process with all this. So the main objective of any game or any form of art is to make the consumer have an enjoyable experience, something that impacts them. Now with a free-to-play game, you really want to make sure that the experience is enjoyable for the player. You want to almost hook the player into this feedback loop of the game. Because as much as the lack of the initial investment on a free-to-play game makes more players try it out, it also means that there's no initial investment to make the player feel like that, they need to get something out of it. So if they feel that your game isn't, a good feedback loop, if they don't find it very rewarding to dedicate time to, they're either going to, one, go play another free-to-play game that has, a better system built out, or two, I just did 3 instead of 2, or two, go play a game that they spent money on. Because sure as hell, if I buy a game, I'm gonna try and get my money's worth out of it. And in fact, when there's a game where I spent only like $20 on it, if I've got 330 hours, like in Hunt Showdown, I'm definitely going to feel more inclined to buy the DLCs, buy the skins and things like that, because I've already dedicated that time. I like the game, and I'm definitely going to keep playing it, and it creates this loop of having the player continually using your product. And as much as this is a scary statement and a little controversial, free-to-play games need to inherently have some sort of addictive element to them. And I don't mean like a gambling thing, like that's pretty fucking scary, and looking at you, Halo 5. But in order for a game that's free to play to make money, players need to feel like it's worth to buy cosmetics. And of course, there's whales and shit like that. I know they're just gonna drop that money anyway. But as a general consumer, in order for you to be willing to spend money on a free product, you need to feel like you've invested enough time into that to make it worth it for you, while also maybe feeling like, oh, the devs gave me something good, I want to give them something back. And a great way to keep players coming back to your free-to-play game is to make them feel rewarded for playing your game, to make them feel like that they are actually working towards something. Like sure, like the core gameplay needs to be solid, but to have that additional incentive to make players want to work for something, that's what's going to decide if a player's going to dedicate their time and energy and their money into your free product. So with all that being said, this is where 343 really dropped the oddball. Now this is why Battle Royales work so well as a free-to-play game. When discussing dopamine feedback and gameplay loops and feeling of rewards and that good feeling of completing something, a Battle Royale is the perfect example of something that gives you that. Getting that Victory Royale is such a rush because you know how hard it was to do. You know that you were up against possibly 99 other people and you were the one person that did that. So that inherent gameplay loop itself is extremely rewarding. And that's why to monetize those systems and make them free to play is always going to be in the best interest of the game developer. But with a title that's an arena shooter like Halo, that inherent drive, that inherent feedback of dopamine just from the core gameplay isn't going to be as strong. Like sure, like winning a match of, oddball feels good, but it is not the same rush as winning a battle royale, as, getting that victory royale thing to appear on screen and then fucking like dabbing on them. There's really nothing that beats that in gaming. So how do you circumvent all of this? Now, Splitgate was the first game that I covered on the channel a while back ago before it really blew up. And my god, that game is a great example of how to make a free-to-play arena shooter. Now, it's no secret that Splitgate took heavy inspiration from the Halo franchise. Like, look at the battle rifle models in each game. They're almost identical. But the difference between Splitgate and Halo, besides the whole portaling thing, is the fact that it took a free-to-play approach. Splitgate not only has a extremely polished core gameplay loop, extremely polished sandbox, and, debatably good art style. I preferred the, the pre-beta stuff that IGN was showing. But they've also handled their monetization extremely well. Now, Splitgate isn't perfect, and no, you can't choose your color like we're all bitching about in Halo, but that was never a core part of the franchise because this is the first introduction of the franchise. But you can unlock all the colors for free of the base models that you're looking for. See, the avenues in which players can earn cosmetic rewards in a game like Splitgate is a lot more vast and diverse than in the current iteration of Halo Infinite. Whereas Halo Infinite strictly has this lame-ass battle pass that feels like a fucking chore to progress, and you're never, it takes fucking 20 games to get one rank, even though you might have dropped a fucking, demon medal in BTB, but the guy that sat there waiting for the Wasp just to get one aircraft kill got his challenge done, and he ends up getting 300 more XP than you, and you're like, what the fuck, this feels bad. Sorry, that was such a tangent, I don't even know where I was coming from. Splitgate, on the other hand, incentivizes the player with Battle Pass, free Battle Pass rewards. We're getting currency in that Battle Pass, daily login rewards that reward XP and in-game currency, and then of course their shop, as well combination skin unlocks, and a plethora of other, random loot box things that you unlock, you don't pay for, that allows you to gain really unique and, cool cosmetics. And I know for myself, I've never spent a dime on Splitgate, and I have 56 hours in it, and, I have a lot of cool customization options. In Splitgate, you have an overall level, which of course, rewards you for leveling up. And then of course, as you, get more kills with a shotgun or something like that, you unlock a unique weapon skin. It feels good. It creates a cycle where the players continue to try and get some cool cosmetics while enjoying the core gameplay loop and investing time and eventually investing their money into that product. Hey Meg. All these different avenues of ways for players to earn things and be rewarded for their time makes the experience of coming back to the game even better. And of course, the more time and dedication you put into a free-to-play game, the more likely you are to spend money in the store or spend money on the Battle Pass or things like that. Like if I dedicate hours to a game, I might think, sure, fuck it, I'll buy the Battle Pass at this point. With everything that was just said, this is not the case with Halo currently. So first thing first, just to get some stuff out of the way, everyone's bitching about how hard the challenges are, and I get it, but ever since they did that first week patch of getting rid of the really fucking ridiculous ones, they're really not that bad in context of the overall system currently. And a friendly reminder, these are weekly challenges. They're meant to be done in the span of 7 days, not grinded out in one sitting. If someone on Reddit cries about the killing sprees in Fiesta one more time for the event, I'm going to fucking lose it. But with all that being said, that doesn't change the fact that the only way to progress the Battle Pass is to do these challenges. So of course people are pissed off when it's the only way that they can do it. They only have a dedicated amount of time that they can give to this game, and so they feel like they're just making no progress at all. Or God forbid someone spent money on your premium pass and before they realize how fucking miserable it is to try and gain anything from it. It just feels really bad to play. For me personally, I completed all my weekly challenges this past week about 3 to 4 days in, including the Fiesta Killing Spree one, and man, progression is so fucking slow without that shit. No wonder they put in all those crazy hard ones at first, because fuck dude, if you weren't getting just XP from game, that little 50 XP that they gave us, thank you 343, fuck me dude, that would be the craziest thing ever. It just feels so bad to know that no matter what you do in game doesn't change the fact that you're gonna get the same reward as someone that did nothing in game. So for people that really want to, level up their battle pass, they're just going into bot boot camp and grinding out a match really quick, or sitting AFK, or not playing the objective and just trying to get their challenges done. And I sure as hell have been, a perpetrator of that. A lot of the big team battle games, when I was trying to get those wasp kills or kill an enemy aircraft with an aircraft, I was not playing the objective. I was sitting there waiting for the wasp, and then I would go and try and be sneaky and then kill the other wasp. And as much as we can blame the consumer, we can blame the player for this stuff, it's the way that 343 built that system to be played. It's that simple. It just feels really fucking shitty. For a free-to-play title to last, players need to feel like it's worth investing their time into your game. And with Forge not coming out till who fucking knows when, and of course, custom games being super fucked right now, this multiplayer shit is all we have. Well, of course, until the campaign comes out, but that's besides the point. And before someone says in the comments, just play the game, just enjoy the game, just blah, 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 blah. Back in my day, we couldn't even put a helmet on our Smart 5 in Halo Combat Evolved. Yeah, well, back in your fucking day, you couldn't sit on the toilet and watch this video either, so fuck you. Times have changed. Alright? Sorry. Fucking boomers, dude, I swear. The point to this rant and everything is that from a business perspective, I am just so confused in what 343 was thinking.
What in fuck's name are you doing? Oh!
There's been some discussion in the community about how this might all be intentional on their part, so that when they bring it down in pricing and, grindiness and just the terrible feeling of it, we almost applaud them for listening to the community and things like that, which is totally a reasonable, conspiracy about it. Like, you know, it's negotiation tactics, I think, as Sean W has been saying. You know, they're offering us something that's ridiculous. They're highballing us, and so then we're going to come back with our negotiation, and then they're going to end up getting to sit where they want by, instead of charging $20 for white with a helmet or something, they can charge $3 for white in the shop. So there's that. But people are really mad, and the player base is dropping off already. And I'm not trying to say that Halo is dying or is going to die, because that's not the case, but first impressions are really important, and especially on a player base of people that, you know, their attention span is just shorter and shorter than ever. And the media that we choose to consume is more available than any other time in human history. And I know that there's a lot of other things that 343 needs to work on, trust me. Like I said, custom games, like the theater system not working, like actually getting us Forge and co-op campaign, like allowing us to party up with other players, like anti-cheat, which just doesn't seem to exist. But what good will all that be if no one's sticking around? Now, I won't be going anywhere because I just love the franchise, and I am really enjoying my time with the game. And I swear to God, I'll hit Onyx one day. Just you wait. But fuck, dude, after being burned over and over again by this fucking company, it's just like, you know, they say so many times that they're listening, and then they just don't. It feels like one step backward. Nope. It feels like one step forward and 2 steps back. And honestly, I'm just so tired of being mad at Halo and having to have these discussions to begin with. And it's so great that the core fundamentals are there for this game to be amazing, and the fact that Halo's even back in the zeitgeist feels great. But I don't know, I just wish I could be more proud to be such a fan of the franchise and be such an avid player of it. So I'm just really just tired of this whole back and forth thing, and hopefully this time 343 will listen. Thank you for watching. I know this kind of went all over the place, but I just needed to, you know, get some of this out there as a precursor and just get some thoughts, you know, recorded. A lot of the stuff that I kind of touched on, I want to dive in a little bit deeper in some other videos, specifically the sandbox. So if that sounds interesting to anyone, feel free to smash that subscribe button. Yeah, I'll see you all in hell. Bye.